Hey guys, Benjamin Albright, NFL Underground. I want to talk to you today about the Phantom Football Forum. Designed to give you greater access to me. You get the latest intel, insider information, rumors, news notes, injury information, Vegas lines, fantasy football, power rankings. Watch football games live with me. Phantom Football Forum. Only $1 for your first month if you sign up today. Facebook.com/WatchPhantom. Link right here. Come join us today.
Hey everybody, welcome to Noon O'Clock. I'm TJ Carpenter. I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. We're going to talk about the Broncos. We're going to talk Broncos, and Broncos. It's going to be all Broncos. This is the best time of year because hope springs eternal. And we're going to find out so much about so many things that aren't going to matter at all by week one. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to get into all of the questions that I really wished we didn't have to ask. In fact, if you were watching my brethren here on Phantom before this, 2 hours prior to this show, if you want to hear some of the most delusional, ass backwards, insane logic as to why the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in football, you can watch Josh Briscoe in The Flyover right here on Phantom. And then if you want to hear how hoity-toity and elitist Cowboys fans are, you can listen to Showtime with Ari Temkin right here on Phantom right before this show. But if you want the truth, if you want the true religion that is Broncos coverage here in Denver, you got to watch this show because we're going to talk. I'm going to spit some truth at you here on the show. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, anything that you want to go through here on the show, you are more than welcome to comment here in the comment section. And we will get to all of those comments. Just make sure you comment on the Phantom page. That way I will see it, and you will get your comments on the air. We also do a ton of giveaways on the show. So if you're looking for Rockies tickets, if you're looking for special giveaways to places like Oscar Blues or Henry's Tavern, things like that, you always have to watch this show, and you can get free stuff. So basically what we're doing here is we're saying, hey, watch us, have some fun. We'll talk a little Broncos. We're going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not above speaking to pandering to my base. So I know that my base here in Denver is Broncos fans. So we're going to talk Broncos. And also, you know what I need? I need like a little John Elway statue that I can just I can kiss every time, to like you would the St. Christopher medal or something like that. That's what that's what I think I really need here, so that we can make sure everyone who is watching the show and hears the show and listens to the show knows that I'm getting the blessing, the spiritual blessing of St. Elway. That's what I really, really need. Ari says, shots fired, Josh Briscoe. That's absolutely right. Where is Josh? Where is he? Does he think his job's over when his show ends? He doesn't comment on any of the other videos. Anyways, we're gonna get to the. You want to call a Chiefs fan out for being crazy? Then watch his show. Ari also says, if you want to watch Tej yell at you, this is the show for you. That's exactly right. Look, I think that me yelling at you, honestly, I feel like would be a good gym track. You can listen to it at the gym, get you pumped up. Absolutely. Also, too, if you want to get down with the ladies, I have a very sensual voice and really gets the ladies going. We got a couple of ladies here on the feed who can certainly back me up on this. I have a very good, powerful, it's like Kenny G's saxophone coming out of my mouth. It's just drives the ladies wild. So, men, if you want to get your sports takes in and also set the mood, listen to my show every single day. Okay, all right, so let's get down to it. Broncos talk here. Actually, no, I take that back. Before we get to that, I want to tell you about Brent Malia Properties with Coldwell Banker. Brent was my real estate agent here in Denver and found my wife and I the perfect house. So he was able to do that. He can do it for you as well. Go to tjsagent.com to find out more about Brent. Also, if you're looking for a mortgage, help with your mortgage, go to PlatteRiverMortgage.com. Sean Sedita will hook you up there as well. I've said it many a times on this show. For the first timers, though, Sean called me on vacation to help us out with our mortgage. So he will work hard for you. There is no doubt about it. What's up, Curtis? What's up, Graham? Schlees in the house. Ari, Jenna in the hizzy as well. Jenna says Broncos, Broncos, Broncos because you are out on the Rockies. I am out on the Rockies. We'll get to that later, but, I mean, what a pathetic showing once again. Just these piss-poor Rockies. Look, they're going to break your heart, people. They're going to break your heart, and I don't like seeing people's hearts broken. That's not me. That's not what I want for you, the people of Denver. I want you to, have something to believe in. And I think that the easiest thing to believe in right now, obviously, clearly, is the Broncos. You got to believe in the Broncos. You have to. I'm in on Shane Ray's wrist. I know the Broncos were kind of wishy-washy earlier today about how, he doesn't need surgery, but we're not. We're bringing him along slowly. We're not really going to just put it. Contract year stuff. They're playing hardball. They're playing hardball with Shane Ray. They're saying, hey, he may not play that much. He doesn't play that much. We're not going to give him any money. That's what they're setting themselves up for. We've seen this dance before. We know what's what. But I'll tell you, I think that you watch training camp, Shane Ray's going to be all over the place. Shane Ray's going to be making moves. He's going to be making spins. He's going to be doing. You're going to look at that and be like, Bradley Chubb. Why do we need Bradley Chubb at linebacker? We got Shane Ray. That's what I think you're going to see a lot this year. And that's not to say Bradley Chubb's not going to be good. I'm saying Bradley Chubb needs to play on the defensive line and not outside linebacker. And I know a lot of you agree with me. Yeah, Ari, I have always been out on the Rockies. Get it together, people. What's up, Sarah? How are you? Ari also says, I have a sensual voice and it really gets the ladies going. Yeah, I agreed. Thank you very much, Ari, for reinforcing the truth in that regard. Okay, so obviously we are going to be talking quite a bit of Broncos as we go throughout the course of the season. The next 7 months, this is the last week that we really have without any football. Next weekend, we got football, right? We got the Hall of Fame game coming up. T.O. isn't going to be mentioned at all. We'll see how that goes. But I really want people to focus in here on what I'm trying to tell you about Denver. The Broncos are going to have good players. Shane Ray's going to be healthy. I think that's not necessarily a given, but I think it does close to. I'm really optimistic about Shane Ray because typically, when a guy gets hurt like that, spends a year off, usually they come back and they're in pretty good shape. So I think Shane Ray is going to come back and he's going to be really, really good. I'm in on Derek Wolfe's neck. I think the neck is going to be good. Derek Wolfe's already had some really great comments. He's also got dreads, which, as we all know, that adds like 3 or 4 points onto your speed in Madden. So clearly, I think Derek Wolfe's going to be a faster, leaner Derek Wolfe. He's going to be probably a little bit crazier. I think dreads also make you crazier. I think that's obviously always true. He's going to look a little bit like a very large predator. And I think that having that on the defensive line is really going to help you. I'm looking forward to some good defense here from the Broncos. Offense, maybe a totally different matter, but I think they're going to be relatively healthy to start the season, which is good. It's really good to have healthy guys at the beginning of the year, and they didn't have that last season, obviously. So I think that you could probably count on that a little bit. The thing, though, I don't think it's going to be players. And my contention has never been that the players, other than quarterback, that the Broncos have are bad. Actually, offensive line and, tight end, too. They don't really know what they have a tight end. Running back's not great either. But generally speaking, I think the talent on the roster is good. The talent on the roster is good enough to be at least 500. My problem here is Vance Joseph's brain. I do not think that Vance Joseph is qualified to be a head coach in the NFL. I think that last year was pretty much all Exhibit A, everything. I'm not telling you something you don't know. I think I saw somewhere earlier today, Vance Joseph has been called at. Oh, we got to get to this. I saw on social media earlier today that Woody Page was on Altitude, and he's telling Scott Hastings, woo pig suey, he was telling Scott Hastings that he thinks that Vance Joseph's going to get fired after the 49ers game. And, I mean, stealing my takes? I mean, Woody Page? Come on, Woody. You're trying to steal my takes? And don't give me this, I don't know who you are crap. You were following me on Twitter for quite some time, Woody. I think that there's no question. We're not telling you something you don't already know. Vance Joseph can't coach. We know it. It's just taken several months after the fact for it to settle in. It's taken a little bit of time for you guys to come around on, hey, Vance Joseph's not that good, but you're there. And I think now we all know where to lay the blame if things don't go well. It's not with the players, because I think that those players really do have talent. They really are good. I think that there are a lot of places where they misplayed their hand, certainly. Quarterback. They really hurt themselves with the Paxton Lynch sucks. Can't read a defense, Paxton Lynch. That really hurt them. And then it also hurt them quite a bit, in the, with Brock Osweiler. So that's two high-level picks that you had to hit on, and you didn't. And, I think that's really, that's difficult. That's hard. That's hard to come back from a lot of times. I think that there's always a lot of questions surrounding, coaching and things like that. When you're looking at it from
Vance Joseph can't coach.
All right,
we
getting
know
a
it.
little bit of feedback here. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. What do we see here? What are we saying here? Well, let's get some comments. And I had my computer freeze, so I wasn't having comments load. Here we go. Andy says, where do broken hearts go? Can they find their way home? Yeah, you find your home here, right here. This is where broken hearts go. You got to go to Phantom, and we're going to tell you, Broncos are they're going to feed you. They're going to give you the sustenance that you need. Let's see here. Shane Ray went to Missouri. I'm out on him. Ari, are you out on Shane Ray just because he went to Missouri? Because you can't get any good pass rushers at trash Kansas? Let's see. Wade says, dancing with the Rays? Yeah, well, no, I don't know about dancing. I don't know if they're going to dance. Andy says Missouri is the worst. I agree. Wade, Missouri, misery, coincidence? It's not a coincidence. Missouri is basically the truck stop of America. I don't know how other than that to explain it. If there's any state that has a chain wallet, it's Missouri. And I guarantee you, anybody who's watching right now in Kansas City, I spent 5 years in Kansas City. Anybody who's watching from Kansas City right now knows I'm telling the truth. All you Kansas people, the KU faithful who live out here in Colorado, know that Missouri is basically just one big Hoobastank record. They are rocking out to POD and Kid Rock and Chain Wallet, Jinko Jeans. There's a lot of juggalos that live in Missouri, I feel like. Am I painting a good picture right now for you? Waffle House, Juggalo, Chain Wallet. That's Missouri. Everything smells like cigarettes. It's what is that? Is that Philip Morris? Who is it? Who is the big tobacco? Big tobacco company that just owns all cigarettes now. That's what Missouri smells like. Let's see here. Andy says agreement. In my humble opinion, it is Missouri. If I could have had dreads in 1984, I would have owned Williamsport to this day still. Williamsport? Bingo, TJ. Thank you very much, Sarah. Wade also says, this brain was Abby's brain. Abby normal. That's Derek Wolf to a T. You need a chalkboard behind you like Woody. I do. I need a chalkboard that has I have a message that's just right next to me. That's my chalkboard, really. But if I could change it around, I think, yeah, that would work. That's what you need. You need a shtick like Woody Page. No, truck stop of America is Iowa. I-80 truck stop, largest in the world. I can't really disagree with that. I've been to Iowa. Iowa's the corn state, though. I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of truck stops in Iowa. I'm saying that Missouri is in and of itself a truck stop. And it's next to Iowa, so I think that that's probably not a coincidence. Let's see. Curtis says no one is watching from Kansas City. I hope so. Wade says cigarettes and Fago. What's Fago? I don't know what Fago is. I wish I knew what Fago was. I don't know, though. I don't know what Fago is. By the way, share this with all your friends. I'm trying to invite as many people to the broadcast as possible. So if you guys could invite your friends here, that would be great. No, look, I'm out on Vance Joseph's brain. I'm in on Shane Ray's wrist. I'm in on Derek Wolf's neck. I'm out on Vance Joseph's brain. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I did not see any brain activity on the sideline last season. And while a lot of people may say that they think that Vance Joseph deserves another year, and you can never judge a head coach on his first year, I can, and I'll tell you right now, he's not any good. And it's not because I don't like Vance Joseph. He's actually a really nice guy. I think he tries hard. I think he's just hamstrung by a bad situation and a lack of power. And look, I think that if they can figure that out, if he's going to just disregard the status quo and say, I'm going to do what I know needs to be done, come hell or high water, and John Elway won't be able to touch me because we'll win games. If he decides to do that, then all of a sudden, yes, I do think you can absolutely say that they're going to improve this year. But if you're looking at it and just saying, well, Shane Ray's healthy and Derek Wolf's healthy, so that means the Broncos are going to be good. I'm going to assume that Jared Veldheer is also going to be healthy. I'm going to assume that the secondary is going to improve because they're more experienced now. I'm going to assume that the running game is going to be good because I didn't see those running backs play last year. I assume Jake Butt is going to be great because I like his name and he wasn't healthy last year either. It's just like, okay, all right, I'm with you. Even if you assume all of that, and I'm for the sake of argument and optimism, I'm just going to assume that they're all going to be healthy. If you assume that, you still can't assume that Vance Joseph knows what he's doing, because there's nothing, you cannot give me one thing from last year that convinces you that Vance Joseph improved at any point last season. Not one. There's a lot of words floating out there. I mean, Mike Kliss has a lot of words on social media. There's a lot of words. Derek Wolf's talking to Eric Goodman and Les Shapiro about how much better things are. A lot of words out there. Talk. Show me. I'm a show me kind of guy. That's right. Show me. I don't care what you say. Show me that you've improved. Actually give me something. And I'll tell you what, Vance Joseph said a lot of the right stuff last training camp. Went out there, didn't know where to stand. I mean, that was literally a thing. He did not know where to stand as the head coach. Didn't know what to do. That's a problem. I tried really hard to make people understand that about last year's training camp. And I got a lot of flack for it because people were still a little bit on like, hey, it's the Broncos. They're going to be good. They were doing the trust thing. And there's no reason to feel bad for trusting the Broncos. I mean, you basically had spent the last 4 decades being psychologically conditioned to trust the Broncos because they were so good. So I don't hold that against anybody. I'm just saying that now you're here, and now we've seen what's gone on, and now you kind of see what's going on with the whole organization, and you can make some determinations. Let's see here. Wade says, okay, we got to go back up further. I'm missing out on a lot of these comments. You guys are commenting so fast and furious right now. Andy says, you do have a shtick, Brent Malia political ads, and hashtag sports nihilist. That's my shtick. Is sports nihilism. Josh could tell you a lot about my sports nihilism. We worked together for several years. So I think if anybody knows my sports nihilism, it's Josh. Wade, Iowa has 4 stop signs and a kabillion bushels of corn. Yeah. That's Iowa in a nutshell. And a lot of people with names with no vowels. Kirk Ferentz, and I know that if the apocalypse comes at any point in the next, I don't know, whenever, Kirk Ferentz is going to still be the head coach at Iowa, and Kirk Ferentz will be the last person alive at Iowa. He'll be the last person in the whole country. That's where the end of the apocalypse occurs. Is like the apocalypse starts, I don't know, let's say Kathmandu. I don't know, somewhere. Is Kathmandu even a city anymore? Singapore. Let's say it starts in Singapore. And then the last place it winds up will be wherever Kirk Ferentz is. He's like a cockroach. You can't get rid of that guy. And where's the perfect place to live for somebody who wants to survive the apocalypse? Iowa. Let's see. Faygo is the official soda of Juggalos. Oh, that's good to know. Faygo is a super cheap soda pop beverage. Thank you. I loved getting a 20-ounce grape Faygo for 50 cents. 50 cents, you got robbed. I'm kind of in agreement there, even though I don't know what Faygo is. Grape is the only one I like. What are the most intriguing camp battles, Ari? Most intriguing camp battles for Denver. The most intriguing, intrigue, like Houdini. I like Houdini's intriguing. I don't know. Backup quarterback? Chad Kelly and Paxton Lynch? That's intriguing. Honestly, wide receiver I think might be interesting. I think wide receiver. That and then wherever Bradley Chubb is. I kind of want to know where they put him and how he fares against the veterans. I kind of want to know that. Then I think the most intriguing camp battle, to be honest with you, is the Denver Broncos versus health. I think that's or lack of health. Denver Broncos versus injury. That is the number one camp battle. I'm going to make a slide for that tomorrow. That will be our discussion topic for the vast majority of tomorrow's show is the Broncos versus injuries. That's the only camp battle that really matters. Because last year they were decimated by them. This year, the only thing that's going to make them good is health. Because we're all assuming that if they're good, it's going to be because they don't have any injuries. And that also, Vance Joseph isn't brain dead. I think that those two things, if those two things happen, the Broncos will be okay. But we're not, there's no guarantee. Show me your heart is still in Missouri. Yeah, I am. I'm out on talk, Ari. I am out on talk. Missouri equals show me state. Show me, pun intended. Yeah, I'm a show me kind of guy. I'm a show me. Show it to me. No talk. Let's see here. Kathmandu is the largest metro city in Nepal. That's very good. Thank you, Brent. Brent Malia is here. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Wade. I thought you would be out on saving American citizens right now. I'm in on saving American citizens. I really am in. I'm in on that. Do we need to save them? What's happening right now? I don't know. I don't know what the news is. You're breaking news to me right here, Wade, on the show. Okay. All right. So everybody is on board here with our strategy. Then we're all in on health. All that's lacking is if the health is there and they don't win games, we can just pretty much 100%, 1,000% pinpoint it on Vance Joseph's lack of coaching ability. I'm not saying he wouldn't be a good defensive coordinator. I'm just saying he's not a good head coach. And there's a lot of people like that in the league. Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips is like 1,000 times the coach Vance Joseph is. That's kind of unfair to Wade Phillips because he was actually a decent head coach in a couple of places. He's not as good at that as he is at being a defensive coordinator. So I certainly understand why people would say, okay, well, Wade Phillips isn't a head coach, but he's a great defensive coordinator. I don't even know if you could argue that Vance Joseph's a good defensive coordinator. He was an below average defensive coordinator in Miami, and prior to that, he was a defensive backs coach in Cincinnati, and they were kind of good. I think they were like top 10 in the league in pass defense based on yards. But like other than his proximity and association with the area, I don't really know why Vance Joseph was hired in the first place, other than you don't want other people who are good at their jobs around you. And if that's John Elway's rationale, which if John Elway wanted a yes guy, which I think he definitely got a yes guy, in Vance Joseph, this is kind of what you should have expected. To be honest with you, this is kind of what you should have expected. All right, I'm going to move over to golf. We're going to talk more Broncos here in just a second. I want to move over to this really briefly, though. Look, I saw Tiger Woods was trending on social media, and I said, bet he's making a run. And so I looked on Twitter, and I said, okay, well, why is Tiger trending? He's either disastrously bad, pulled out, he's got an injury, or he's making a run. And so I hop on social media, and I say, oh, Tiger's in first place. Screen grab of the leaderboard, and it's Tiger in first place. So I immediately turn on the British Open, and I see that he's not in first place anymore, and I immediately turn it off. That was my British Open experience, and I'm guessing that it's pretty much everyone's British Open experience. And if you in any way, shape, or form are a fan of golf, I think it should be a huge wake-up call to you and everyone else in the sport that you do not matter to America unless Tiger Woods is good. And not even good, because he can't be just average. He was in the top 6, 5. He was on the leaderboard. He's in the top 10 pretty much the entire tournament, and that wasn't enough. Then he got into first place, and it was like everybody rushed to the TV and everybody watched it. And now, NBC is proclaiming like massive Sunday ratings around Tiger, and it's not massive ratings around Tiger. It was massive ratings around Tiger being in first place, which is a totally different thing. Tiger just playing we don't care. Tiger being the best is what we care about because that's fun. That's what we will watch. We want to know about Tiger in that respect. We do not give a rip about golf. We do not care. I think that this is truth now in two forms with individual sports. We don't care about tennis. We care about Serena Williams. We don't care about golf. We care about Tiger Woods. And that kind of makes sense because golf without Tiger is just the official sport of old, white, rich America. It's a country club sport. And I think that you turn a lot of people off. Now, and I'm not just talking about minorities. I don't want this to turn into a race thing. This has very little to do with race. It has a lot to do with how disconnected that and that culture is and that country club culture is to the rest of America. We want people who we feel like we can relate to. And you have very, very little of that in golf and tennis. The people who play those sports leisurely are old rich white people. Like that's what they do, and that's fine. I'm not saying that that's not a good hobby to have, but it's not a sport that we can relate to, especially not young people. How many young people do you know that play golf? I mean, you are alienating yourself from every person under 35, really, when you talk that much about golf. But here I am talking about golf, and the only reason I wanted to talk about golf is to say that we don't really need to talk about golf. So, look, other than Tiger, there is no reason to watch golf at all. And I think that that's what the basic message was to everybody, everybody out there. That was the basic message, is we don't care about golf unless Tiger's good. So give us Tiger and or find another Tiger, and they haven't been able to do that. And what I mean by find another Tiger, because Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy were both kind of viewed that way for a little while. Dustin Johnson was never viewed as the next Tiger, but these kind of wunderkind players, a lot of times that show up, those kinds of players really move the knob. They really move the meter a lot of times with younger people. It's like, oh, the sport is changing. So it's not this old boring thing anymore. It's maybe it's kind of a new thing. And then once you have a wonderkind kind of player like that, then you can get young people interested. Then you can get the general population interested. But unless someone is dominating, that's why I've never understood why people think Tiger was bad for golf. Because they're like, oh, Tiger's winning all these tournaments. It's bad for golf because the rest of the field isn't getting attention. And it's like it wasn't getting attention before, and it's not getting attention now. The only time it was getting attention was when Tiger was giving everything attention. And the same thing was true with Lance Armstrong and bike racing. We don't give a rip about the French Tour de France. We don't care about that. Or the French, basically. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's see here. Brent is a superhero. Agreed. Brent Malia, do you approve these TJ Carpenter generated political ads? I don't know if he agrees with the Tiger take. Because Brent's a very cosmopolitan. He's got a lot of different interests. Let's see here. Wade, Superman ain't got nothing on Brent Malia. Agreed there as well. But that was really my only point. I just wanted to bring that up and say, look, we don't care about golf. The only reason why golf is ever relevant is because football is not going on, and also too because Tiger. We don't care about golf any other time. I did not watch Wimbledon. I'm not going to watch Wimbledon. There's no reason for me to watch golf. There's no reason for me to watch tennis. I'm not going to watch the U.S. Open unless Tiger's good. I'm not going to watch the British Open. I'm not going to watch the Masters unless those guys are good. We were doing jokes. Me and Brandon Perna were doing jokes about the Masters because Chubba Watson ended up winning. And the highlights were Jordan Spieth putting, or Bubba Watson putting into a bunker. I mean, that was the coolest thing that happened at the Masters. I didn't know who won the British Open. Didn't care. And guess what? You don't know who this Italian guy is either. Frankie Red Sauce, I think is what somebody thought his nickname should be. I think I heard that earlier today. Frankie Red Sauce. Franco something. He's Italian. I don't know who he is, but I do know that Rick Riley tried to speak Italian to him in the press conference afterwards, and he didn't know what Rick Riley was saying. Which is not surprising at all, that Rick Riley would pretend to speak Italian and then not actually be able to speak Italian. He's bigger than apple pie. Brent says tjsagent.com. Like my page, and I'll send you a Broncos schedule magnet. I've been handing those things out. If you want a free magnet, just contact us. We'll get you one. Wade said, what? I'd rather rep your biz superhero life with a rock dope snapback. It'd do both of us a world of good. Yeah, get a hat. Get a Brent Malia hat. Let's see. Brent, do you do your own just listed sold mailers? Google reaching neighbors. Let's see. Hell yeah, he does. He also does his own stunts in his commercials. Let's see. He's the Tom Cruise of superhero realtors. I aspire to be old, white, and rich in America. You know, me too. I really do. I think we all do. But until then, I'm going to resent those people. Let's see here. Let's see. Sarah says, health and Vance going far, far away. Yes, that's right. Health is good for the Broncos. Vance Joseph's brain, bad. So we need somebody else in charge because apparently, I say brain dead, not because I actually think he's brain dead. I say that because he didn't make any decisions last year. He didn't do anything. The team just kind of went out there, and it was like autopilot. It's like if they didn't talk about it in practice, it wasn't going to happen on the field. You got to be able to make adjustments, Vance. Follow the template Brent has made for you, Ari. Yeah, come on. Jenna says, so do you think all it takes is one player to bring that kind of attention to a sport? Example, LeBron, Tiger, Williams, Harper, not Bryce Harper, not Mike Trout. Baseball, that's a totally different thing. Baseball's in the woods on so many things, one of which is the fact that they don't know how to market their stars. And it's not marketing. I mean, it's your sport. Your sport doesn't inherently bring attention to any one person except for the pitcher who only pitches once every 5 days. So, you know, the way that your sport is structured is wrong. If you ever want that to change, take my advice and allow managers to reset the lineup at the beginning of every inning, and you will fix your Bryce Harper, Mike Trout. We don't have any stars or attention on our sport, and nobody likes us because they're too young and stupid. That problem that baseball has, the problem that everybody thinks baseball is boring, that will go away if you follow my advice. Let's see here. Yeah, wait, Harper? Exactly. That's what I said. Let's see. Malia says, just listed sold are part of a package that comes with Coldwell Banker. Ari says, okay, nice, Brent. They do a Broncos schedule series? They do. Wade says, Jesus may walk on water, but Brent Malia can swim on land. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see here. Ari says cosmopolitan equals having interests. It's true. I'm not cosmopolitan. The only thing I ever talk about is sports. Do you think Wimbledon is a golf tournament? I mean, basically it is. I mean, they're all the same. Grass happens on grass. It's individual sports. Golf and tennis are basically the same to me. I don't think that there's really any difference between the two. They both have balls. You hit a ball. Dudes hit their balls. Dudes hit their balls into both tennis and golf, and it's their ball. It's not the team's ball. It's not the ball. It's their ball. So they're hitting their own balls in tennis and golf. That matters. Wade says, when I was a young teen, I had interest in cosmopolitan issues. Wade says, Franco-American SpaghettiOs. Franco-American SpaghettiOs. The only person to ever strike me out in 1984 was Brent Malia. Only in Houston. I have balls. But I'm not tennis or golf, Jays. Is it? I don't understand. Okay. All right. So let's get into this. Rockies lose. Shocker. So the Rockies lose. I'm out on the Rockies. I've been out on the Rockies all season long, and I need people to stop trying to get others to buy in to this Rockies team. Stop it. We don't need a bandwagon. There is no bandwagon. The bandwagon's parked in the garage. We don't need a bandwagon. There's no horns. There's no big to-do. Just stop. Look, they got John Gray, fake ace. They got Herman Marquez, fake ace. I don't know anybody who ever thought that guy was an ace. No chance. Come on, people. You can't call people fake. Like, that's all Rockies have ever had are fake aces. So why don't you get your heads out of your asses and stop telling people to support this team? This team is going nowhere. They've never been going anywhere. From the get-go of the season, you know they were doomed because they're always doomed. They always ebbs and the flows, and right now they're flowing. Whatever. I mean, they just lost. I mean, you see what happened to the Diamondbacks? 6-1. I mean, Antonio Sensuatella, another fake ace. Antonio Sensuatella. Just launching pad there for the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are a good team. You want to talk about a good team? The D-backs. The D-backs. And they are a bunch of D-backs out there in the desert, and that's why look, if you want to ever succeed, you got to be a D-back. I've heard that a lot in people, especially older people, giving me advice. They always say, "You want to be successful, be a D-back." And you know what? I think that they're right, especially after this weekend series. I mean, clearly the better club, Arizona, and I think that's going to bear itself out through the rest of the season. So. Just stop telling people we're going to stop talking about them. It's football season now, guys. Bring on the Broncos. Who cares about the Rockies anyways? Who wants to talk about baseball when you have the Broncos with 7 tight ends who have 46 combined career receptions that we got to sift through? We got to sift through those guys. So roll up your sleeves. That's right. Let's roll up your sleeves. Pack a lunch, guys. We got some Broncos training camp to talk about. That's right. That's right. Right here. Roll up your sleeves. Sun's out, guns out. That's right. That's how we do it at training camp. So, as you can see, I've rolled up my sleeves to get ready to work at Broncos training camp. And that's what we're going to do. Of course, you've got these people. Guys, don't pay any attention to Jenna in the comments because Jenna doesn't know what she's talking about. She's just spewing lies. Fake news, guys. It's fake news. So don't pay attention to Jenna. She's trying to spread some lies right now about me. Ari said, you are consistent. You have been out on the Rockies all season. You nailed it. I did nail it. Thank you very much, Ari. That deserves a like. Like that right there. Wade says, parked in the garage, no horns, brakes are cut. It's out of gas. Up one a jack. What? Up one a jack with one wheel off. Expired plates, no insurance. Just leave it alone, people. Yeah, whatever Wade just said, I agree with. Yeah, don't listen to Jenna. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Wade says, question, is he out on the Rockies? I am. I'm out on the Rockies. I've been out on the Rockies all season. There shouldn't even be a question about that. I don't know why everybody is wondering They're so confused. I've been out on the Rockies all season long, and I've told people to don't feed fan delusion. Don't do it. It's irresponsible. Don't feed the delusion, because when you feed the delusion, you get into positions where you can't tell the truth. You can't say honestly how you feel. And if we're about anything on this show, it's truth. Truth is very important. It's important to our brand. It's important to me. And just bring it down a level here. The truth of the matter is that the Rockies might be one of the worst franchises in baseball. Now, I know that people are going to say that's a little strong, especially given that they're only a half game out of the wild card, and that they have one of the best offenses in baseball. But they don't know what they're doing, and they have no pitchers. And if you go look at Buster Olney's latest column about the trade deadline, top to bottom, top 10, all pitchers. That's right. Now, granted, that article was about starting pitchers at the trade deadline, but the point still stands. The number one thing you got to go after, if the Rockies are serious, they will go out there and they will trade Brendan Rodgers. They will trade Nolan Arenado. They will do whatever it takes to get some starting pitchers on this team, because that's the only thing that's going to win them anything in the postseason. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. Let's see here. Yeah, I like the Rocky. Like the Rockies were going to squeak out a win versus Greinke. Look, Greinke is not that good. I don't understand why people put so much faith in Greinke. It's not like he's won any awards or anything like that. Can you put your sleeves back down, please? I can. All right. Actually, I feel kind of insecure. My arms they're not that impressive. They were, though, at one point. I kid you not. At one point, I had some guns, man. I had some pipes. I don't really have them anymore, but you know what? This is training camp for me, too. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get myself into shape. It's going to be training camp on this show. Noon o'clock every day, we're going to be doing calisthenics. We'll do a little warm-up. We'll do some warm-up. We'll maybe get some P90X going. What's that guy's name? Tony something? Anyways, we'll get that guy in. I know he would hate the fact. Actually, he wouldn't, because I drink almond milk. So he would know I know what I'm doing health-wise. So we'll get him in here. We'll do a little calisthenics. I'll show you my squat thrusts. I'll get a little sweaty before the show. I'm going to be getting into shape here, guys, because I got to get into shape, too. If I'm going to cover this team, you got to be fast and lean and mean to cover this team. Always remember that, guys. Let's see here. I was irresponsible once. Wade. I disagree. I don't believe that. I believe that you've been irresponsible many, many times. Ari says, sipping on that haterade. Let's see here. Jenna, once again, spreading lies. Ari says, Jenna is just sipping haterade, TJ. Has always been out from the start. That's right. Yeah, Jenna's a hater. And I don't know why she's so hateful when it comes to my Broncos takes. It's not like I'm breaking any news here, guys. Broncos, way more important than the Rockies. There, I said it. It's not like, look, and the Broncos know that, the Rockies know it, Broncos fans know it, Rockies fans know it. Is there anybody in this town who's a Rockies fan first? Answer me that. I dare you. Find one. His name better not be Nolan. Let's see here. Baltimore? Question mark? Yeah, Baltimore might be the worst team in baseball. The Rockies are close, but they're not that bad. I mean, they didn't sell anybody off yet. I mean, it's, But I mean, really, what's the difference between Baltimore and Colorado? I mean, what's the difference? Colorado's not going to make the postseason. Baltimore's not going to make the postseason. I feel like that's a wash. It's hard to take you seriously. I didn't know you had biceps in common with Bryce Harper's dad. Are you saying that I have good biceps? Because I don't know. I mean, like, they're getting there. What if I flex for you? If I flex in here, it's just a little flexy. You got the tricep going. Can you see the tricep? So I got the, it's not really there anymore. I used to have like the horseshoe. I kind of had the horseshoe. I don't really have the horseshoe anymore. Let's see. Brent, you should see him at the gym. His wife spots him. She does. She's really strong. She's got a lot of lower body strength. She's got a sturdy base, my wife. I love you, honey. Wade says, please never show us your squat thrusts ever. What? Hey, I do good squat thrusts. It's good. It's good for your core, and it's essential. You always never skip leg day. I'm a big believer in leg day. You can't ever skip the leg day. It's a very, very important aspect of your general overall health. Those muscles are bigger down there, so they take less to work, but hey, you got to work them. I know everybody hates it because your legs are sore for like 3 days afterwards, but I'm telling you, leg day is where it's at. Real women love leg day. Teal yoga pants, TJ. Thanks, Brent. My wife actually owns a pair of those. I don't know if I could slip into those. She's a little bit smaller than I am, even though she's sturdier. She's a little bit smaller than I am, so I don't know if I'll be able to fit into those. Jenna says, me? Yes, you. Yes, you, Jenna. Hater. Let's see. Wade says, if you got that horseshoe, out of Lucky Charms box. It was purple. Well, probably. What I'm saying here is that I used to be in really, really good shape. I used to be a really good athlete, actually, guys. I was fast. I was a good cut. I had a mean cut. I was really good with the ball. I had good handle. Great shot, too, even though my coaches never let me take a shot. I'm just telling you, Ari's out on leg day. See, Ari, that's why your takes are flawed. See, you don't know how to do it. You don't know the importance of leg day. And see, that I feel like that's one of those fundamental things. If we can't agree on leg day, I don't know if we can agree on anything. It's like 3 things: religion, politics, and leg day. Those are the 3 things we got to agree. That and the Patriots. We got to agree on those 4 things. We got to agree on religion, politics, leg day, and the Patriots. If we can't agree on those 4 things, I don't know, what are we even doing here? Can we even have a conversation? Let's see. Ari says, those teal yoga pants are a great look, TJ. I would wear them if I could. If I can fit into those teal yoga pants, I will wear them. That is a guarantee. Yeah, that's a guarantee. I'm just now thinking about how I would look at. I'd look really good, by the way. I got a little bit of a badonkadonk back here. Better watch out. THICC thick, my friends. Wade says, I was a tremendous athlete in 1984. We know, Wade. You tell us that every show. Jenna says, no, I'm a Rockies fan before I'm a Broncos fan. Yeah, Jenna, you're just saying that because I challenged you to say that, and now that you're saying that, Wade says he loves the Patriots. Wade, everybody is, you're free to be who you want to be. Look, whatever you feel inside, that's what I want you to be. Whatever you want to be, it's fine with us. But I'll just say there are certain things that seem a little unnatural to the rest of us, and it just doesn't make any sense. So if you want to be a Patriots fan, that's your business. But just don't expect any of us to accept it. That's all I'm saying. The rest of us are kind of like, hey, look, there's only 2 kinds of fans you can be, and Patriots fan is not one of them. There's Broncos fans, and then there's not Broncos fans. You can't be a Patriots fan. I'm sorry. Come on. I know that may seem a little binary to some of you, but I'm just saying, you do you. It's whatever you feel comfortable, whatever you feel inside, that's what you should be. That's what you should actualize in the world, and we're proud of you. But don't expect us to like it. All right, let's see. Adam says, post pics of that, TJ. You talking about the yoga pants? Or Wade being a Patriots fan? Oh, what the hell just happened? Wade said, count, then kiss the rings. Oh, is that what we're getting into here? We're getting into count the rings time? Look, the Broncos have been, John Elway, in association with the Broncos, has been to 7 Super Bowls. So I don't think that there's necessarily like a count the rings argument to be made here. Because 3 Super Bowls in 7 appearances versus, granted, 5 is a lot. But it's like, you basically cheated to get 3 of those. So I will say it's even. Even with the cheating, I'll say it's even. Because even with the cheating, you've only had 2 Super Bowl wins. So I would say, really, in my personal worldview, I believe that the Patriots only have 2 Super Bowl wins. Let's see here. We got so many comments here to get through. Let's see. Jeffrey says, DB for life, as the kids say. Okay. Denver Broncos for life. Yep. Jacobowitz, exclamation point. Agree. Adam Jacobowitz in the house. Thank you very much, sir. Ari, the sexiest man in show business. Me? I am the sexiest man in show business. Thank you very much for the compliment, Ari. The hate is strong with this one. I'm not hating, Wade. I'm just saying how the rest of us feel. And if that's a problem for you, then, that's on you. That sounds like a you problem. Let's see. Adam says, sexy like Bartolo Colon. I think I'm sexier than Bartolo Colon. Adam says, yes, yoga pants. Wade says, 7 is cute. What do you mean 7 is cute? Wade, federal judge exonerated? Don't even give me that. Don't even start, Wade, with federal judge exonerated. Unless that case had gone to the Supreme Court, which, by the way, it should have. There is nothing I would have loved more than to hear Tom Brady's balls come out of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's mouth. I would have loved that. And you know what? They do actually record what happens. They can only record audio. There's no video in the Supreme Court, but you can record audio. So we would have gotten audio of Ruth Bader Ginsburg saying Tom Brady's balls. I think that was a missed opportunity, really, in American society. Let's see here. Quote, Bentu. Are you trying to throw shade on the Broncos right now, Ari? Face palming strenuously, Wade? Sure. Well, I think that's once again a you problem. Jim Kelly has been to a bunch of Super Bowls. You're going to take shots at Jim Kelly, Ari? I will just scoot away. I'm just going to go over here while you do you on Jim Kelly shots. Just let you guys take Ari. You just go ahead and just just let Ari wear that one. Okay, let's see. Curtis says, there is a difference from going to a Super Bowl and winning. What cheating Pats are currently a dynasty? Get over it. John Elway is trash in every way. Curtis. And this is a Bears fan. Property of Bears, Curtis Buckhart. Let's see. Wade says, Donovan McNabb made a bunch of championship games. He did. Andy Reid did too. Andy Reid. Hey, Josh, I hope you're watching out there, so you know what your fate is. By the way, Mahomes overrated. I think totally overrated. He's gonna be a disaster his first year. Might be the best quarterback in the league in 5 years, but this first year is gonna be a disaster. Terrible example. RBG is a huge feminist. Red, blue, green. Who's RBG? I don't know. Okay, anyways. I think that's the show. I think that's it. Yeah, no, we're out of time here. I did want to remind everybody, go to tjsagent.com. Brent Malia was my real estate agent, helped us find, my wife and I, this beautiful home that we currently live in. It is awesome. It was one of the most beautiful houses in the neighborhood. It was a diamond in the rough, so to speak, which there's a lot of rough in Denver. And if you want to find the right house for you, you need a good real estate agent. So go to Brent Malia Properties with Coldwell Banker. tjsagent.com. Go there, call him 720-560-5855 or text him. I know that, people don't really call people anymore, which is why we always really emphasize the website or text. Go to tjsagent.com, get hooked up with Brent. He will find you a beautiful house in Denver. And also, if you're needing help with your mortgage, when you do buy a house or when you're selling your house, go to PlatteRiverMortgage.com. Sean Sedita helped us out in a huge way, did so on a deadline, on a really tight deadline, really helped us out. And so we owe a huge thanks to Brent and Sean for their help with us finding our home here in Denver. We call Denver home. We want to continue to call Denver home for a very long time. It's one of the best cities in America. I don't know if you've heard that, but if you're thinking about moving to Denver, it's probably a good choice. It's in high demand right now, so it's kind of tough to move to Denver, but it's well worth it. I can certainly attest to that. Wrap things up here on the comments here. What do we have here? Adam says, "Gotta run, my brother. Ari, text me when you get every chance. Very busy week. Also, TJ wears women's underwear. I don't wear any underwear, Adam, so that's obviously wrong." Wade says, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Brent Malia defeated ISIS. Brent Malia sweats cures for diseases. Brent Malia says, "I do what I can." Ari Temkin, thumbs up. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, we'll be back here Monday through Friday, noon o'clock. And continue to share this. Also, watch it on Facebook. We try to share it to as many places as possible. But if you're commenting, comment on the Phantom feed. That way, we know we can get all of our comments in one place. This is fundamentally a Facebook program. So if you're commenting on Twitch or on Periscope, we're going to get to those comments at some point, but right now we're just trying to make sure that we really focus in on our core audience here in Facebook. So we apologize if we don't get to your comments on some of those other social media platforms, but comment on Facebook, very easy. Everybody's got a Facebook page. Just comment there. We'll get your comments be part of the show. You guys are a big part of the show. Wade, Ari, Jenna, tons of Brent, always a huge part of the show. As we always like to point out, love it when we have a lot of people watching together. This is it's a big part of the Denver community, and that's what we want it to be. So get involved on the show, and you kind of decide your own level of involvement. If you want to be on the show, you can be on the show. I'm going to read what's on there. We don't have any censors. There's nothing on there unless it's like hate speech, which we're not going to do. But if it's anything else, then we're totally good. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, right here on Phantom.